Hello and welcome to the new episode of The Smart Landlord. My name is Francisco Nieves Taranto with RentCare Property Management, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic: how to select your tenants, your resident selection criteria. How do you screen them? The first thing I'm going to say is that you probably should write your resident selection criteria. You should have it in writing, and you need to provide it to everyone and anyone that is interested in seeing your property, so they know upfront what you're going to be looking for. And let's talk about the different parts of your resident selection criteria. The next thing will be the income. Very important. It's not about the income that they say they have and they can provide. It's the one that you can verify. So how can you verify the income? Well, there's many things that you can do. You can review their pay stubs, tax returns. Sometimes people like to even present bank statements, and you can see the trend of payments that they have in their bank statements. And guess what? You can also evaluate what is their cash flow and how they're using their income that they are making every month. Remember, you have to assume that at some point during the tenancy, there's going to be some kind of financial hardship. And it happens. Everybody goes through life. And sometimes the first thing that gets affected is your income. With that comes the credit, and so on and so forth. So protect yourself by establishing your minimum requirements of income. The other thing, and one of the most important, I think this is the most important one, is the landlord history. If these people are going to be living in your property and they come from another rental, it is very important to talk to the previous landlord to get a report. How are they paying the rent? Are they calling for every single thing that goes on in the property? How long? That gives you an idea of how long or how many times you're gonna have to answer to these people for minimal things maybe in the property that need to be maintained, or if they actually maintain the property in good condition. So the landlord history is very important. Should you get the landlord history from the past year? Maybe not. Maybe you should get the past 3 years, the past 5 years, but make sure that you get something that you feel comfortable with. You speak to the previous landlord and they say, well, they pay the rent on time every month, no problems with that. And the house is pretty good. It's just, a little bit here and there that I have to take care of for them. But in general, they are great tenants. But they're looking to rent your property. Did they give notice to that previous landlord? And if the landlord says, no, I didn't even know that they were looking for another property. Well, guess what? They're going to do the same to you. So make sure that you ask the right questions. Make sure you have a good questionnaire for the previous landlord so you know a good history from them. And one of the main things that we find a lot is make sure that the landlord is a legitimate landlord. So you're talking to the previous owner of the property that they were renting, not a family member or a friend that is just posing as the previous landlord. That's very important. And should you go back 3 to 5 years? Absolutely. That will create a good history on the people that you are about to open the door of your house to. There's other sources that you can find nowadays with the online search that you can do. There's many places that you can find information about the potential tenant on your property. Social media, for that matter, Facebook, Instagram. Look for those pictures. Look for that tenant that is going to tell you, no, I have no pets, no problem. And then they have a Facebook profile with a picture of them and their Rottweiler or something like that. Make sure that they're telling the truth in the application process, and you can verify that going through the online sources, especially your social media search.